What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. I just got back from watching the newest movie, Bullet Train, starring Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, and Joey King. And with this movie, I really enjoyed it. It was an awesome and amazing non-stop ride from beginning to end. It was a total blast, especially with the amount of action that they packed in this film. And this will be my official review of the film, but don't worry that this review won't contain any spoilers from the film. I'm just going to talk about my thoughts and like the story in general and the action, especially for all the things like that and everything in between. But if you're new here, enjoy yourself, listen and be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so miss out on videos like this in the future. So let's get into it. And so, for the main premise of Bullet Train, it's about Brad Pitt's character who plays an assassin named Ladybug, who works for a lady who's played by Sandra Bullock, and that he boards a train, and that it's called the Bullet Train, and that goes all the way, that goes like super fast, but it makes a few stops in between, and then he like boards, he goes on a train, and he's on a train with like a couple of other assassins as well, and plus with these two other assassins named Lemon and Tangerine, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry. Was like those characters stole basically every scene in this movie. And plus, with the amount of comedy that they put in this movie, especially with the way Brad Pitt's character like really delivered on the comedy, especially with every fight scene that he's in, it kind of like gets like John Wick vibes, especially with the amount of comedy like Brad Pitt really delivered in this film, especially with every fight scene. And plus, like, so speaking of the action, especially with Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry's like characters who are assassins named Lemon and Tangerine, and like they stole basically every scene. With every scene that they were in, like the comedy, the comedy is so much fun. I mean, I was laughing at like all the scenes and that like they were in, and then like especially for all the comedy that they in this film, especially with the action, it's like a non-stop ride from beginning to end, because as a matter of fact, it was like a total blast as well, and like especially like the fight scenes were like well choreographed, and like kind of gave some like as I mentioned like before, as I mentioned, it gives like a John Wick vibes, and like especially for every fight scene that Brad Pitt was in, Brad Pitt's character was in, and like especially for Joey King's character as well. Plus, I loved her character as well, and everything that like she delivered specifically for this movie, and like plus like it was like a non-stop ride. And plus, even with all the characters, I really enjoyed Logan Lerman's character who plays the son, who only had like a couple lines, and even I enjoyed Karen Fogliera's character, who I know as Camilo from The Boys, and like, I really enjoyed her character, especially as like a trained crew member, and like I she really delivered it, especially from The Boys, and now to being in this movie. And like even though this was like an action thriller movie, that there was some like kills, and that were totally gory, and also some bloody kills, and plus with the story in general, I thought I really enjoyed it. It was like a fun ride from getting to end, especially that it took place on a train, and like it wasn't stopping. It wasn't, the movie wasn't like taking place at any other locations, like just on the train alone, and like especially with everything in between, and like especially for Bad Bunny, and like and I thought he was awesome as well. And plus, we're going to see him in the upcoming El Moro movie, which is like a Spider-Man spinoff. And plus, with every action scene and fight scene that was in, especially with Brad Pitt's character, it was like a totally fun to see. And like especially that I did pack like a few cameos in this film, but like won't say like which, but like with the last cameo, like it totally blew my mind. And like especially if you don't want to get spoiled, like I suggested that you stay off of social media if they want to avoid spoilers, especially for these cameos that I totally blew my mind. So you definitely want to be surprised when you watch the movie in the theaters of this weekend, because there are a few cameos. And yeah, for Bullet Train, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a blast. It was like a fun and non-stop ride from beginning to end. I really enjoyed Brad Pitt in this movie. I thought he really nailed it, and especially with Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry's characters. They basically they were scene stealers, and then, like, especially with the action and everything in general, it was a fun ride. And with those cameos, it totally blew my mind. And I can't wait for everyone to see this film, especially for the few cameos and that were packed in this film as well. And plus, with the action, and I think there was no dull moment in this film. It was basically very entertaining, and basically a non-stop ride from beginning to end as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So that's me for this video. Let me know thoughts in the comments below, and how excited are you for Bullet Train? And if you haven't seen the movie, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the film. Let me know in the comment section down below so we can get this video a like and subscribe so we can catch up with future videos. And you can find my Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.